Hello, my name is Linda Mashansky, and I'm a volunteer with the Duke of Edinburgh International Award Program. To help you meet the requirements for your preliminary training for your adventurous journey, we have developed a number of informational videos. At the end of the video will be a means for you to document you have fulfilled the requirement with a certificate or authorization that can be printed off and downloaded to your online record book. In this video, I will be reviewing maps. This is a very quick overview, and for anyone who has taken a formal map course, this will be a good refresher. For anyone to whom this is new information, I strongly recommend to find a formal map course and to look online for more information. For the first part of this video, I will be referring to only topographical maps. The time of map shows details in the portion. For this first part of the video, I will be referring only to the topographical maps. This type of map shows details of a portion of the Earth's surface drawn to scale on paper. It will show both natural and man-made features as it appears from an airplane. Before you start to use a map, you must know what information is on it. Much of it is found in the margins. The title of the map is found in various places, noticeably at the top, at the bottom, and in the right-hand margin, down here. The name is usually a major center found in the area of the map. In this case, it is the town of Bethune. In addition, you will find the map reference number, the edition, and the grid system used. The feature symbols key indicates a means of various markings in the map, such as roads, water, and forested areas, buildings, and also virtual markings such as boundaries. The name and the number of adjoining sheets lets you know what additional maps you may need if your route takes you off to the next map. Along the bottom, you'll find the scale of the map. In this case, it's 1 in 50,000. It also has the distance of the contour system, and as well as a scale to help you measuring distances. The magnetic variation of declination is also found on the bottom margin. This will be described in much more detail in the video about compasses. Grid lines and lines of latitude and longitude are found on the edges of the map. The black is for the latitude, longitude, and the blue is for the grid, with the full measurements in the corner. Maps are oriented so north is always at the top. However, in navigation, there are 3 types of north. First of all is true north, where all the lines of longitude meet, otherwise known as the North Pole. There is also magnetic north. The Earth is a giant magnet, and due to our liquid core, magnetic north is constantly drifting. Presently, magnetic north is around Baffin Island, and when using compasses with a map, we must correct for this difference by doing a declination calculation. I will address this in how to use a compass video. The last north is grid north. As we know, the Earth is not a true sphere. If you were to peel the surface off and lay it flat like an orange, there will be spaces at the North Pole. Grid maps compensate for these spaces, but as a result, there's a slight skewing of the map, more prominent as you go north and less variable at the equator. For ease of use, I will refer to the grid system in the rest of this video. Using a base of 10 for measurement, it is found to be simpler to find locations on a map. Locations are referred to as Eastings and Northings. Using the blue lines on the map, you must read first from left to right for your Eastings, and then bottom up for the Northing. For example, here is a communications tower on this map. To describe the location, we find the closest blue grid line to the left of the symbol. We find it to be 88. To describe the location, we must, to be more exact, we divide this square into 10 parts. When we do that, we will then approximate the location to be 881. Then we find the blue grid line closest to the bottom and see that it is 97. Again, dividing the square into 10 parts the other way, the exact location we would name as 97.1. In shorthand, the location would then be 881.971. If you're talking to someone who knows that you have the same map in front of them. By going to the left-hand corner of the map, we can then give the full grid system location. It would be 13U 48810 east and 5597200 northing. Find other points or features on the map and practice determining the grid reference location. If you're planning your route, there are 3 things that you need to look at. First of all, what is it you have on the way? Are you walking through an area with water, or is it marshy? Or is it a wooded area? Is there a road that you're crossing or a river that you need to go across? And hopefully there is a bridge along your route. Use the features keys to interpret these symbols. The other useful information on route planning is the contour lines. These indicate changes in elevation. They are the brown lines that you find on the map in this case. The interval varies from map to map depending on the type of geography in the area. Here on the prairies, you'll find that the interval tends to be very small. In this case, it's 10 meters. In mountainous areas such as interior BC, the intervals would be much greater, such as 100 meters. The map is only 2-dimensional, so to help make it 3-dimensional, I will use this piece of molding clay. I've made a hill for you. I have sliced the hill into pieces. And then have outlined on this piece of paper. So as you can see, where the hill is steep, the lines are much closer together. Where the hill is more gradual, the lines are further apart. By being able to read your contour lines, you will be able to visualize your terrain. On the map, we can see as well, we have close contour lines here, which indicate a steep slope. Here, the contour lines are very far apart, which means you have very little terrain difference. Lastly is to measure the distance between 2 points. You must use the scale at the bottom of your map for this. I find what works best is take a piece of paper and mark your start point and your destination. In this case, we will go from this road to this road. Then take your piece of paper down to your scale for measurement. So here the distance shows to be 123.123 kilometers. If you find that you're turning a corner, for example, we're going to be going from here to here, and then we're going to go up to here. We just mark the paper like that, and now go back down to our scale. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kilometers. Six 6.12345. So 6.5 kilometers in total. Now sometimes our route is not nice and straight. So another little trick that I've learned is to use a piece of string. So let's say that we are going to go along this river. Let's say we're going to be going into the river here and coming out at this bridge. Now, to go straight distance is if we were able to just walk it, or as we say, go as the bird flies. Our distance is just over 5 kilometers. However, if we were in our canoe and we're going to be traveling it, you take your line and you follow your route. As closely as possible. So while we're to go straight line, our route is 5 kilometers. We are actually going to be paddling almost 8 kilometers. So that gives you a much better idea of how you're traveling. So if you're traveling in an urban area, a topographical map will not meet your needs. However, the same principles are used in city maps. They will have a title, a legend, and in some cases, an index and grid system for finding addresses. Major landmarks will also be indicated. When using a map such as this, I recommend that you take the time to plan your route and highlight it on the map. Don't hesitate to make notations for reference. Although many of us now use GPS systems on either our phone or on our vehicle, it is still recommended to have a paper map as backup. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is a very basic overview of using maps. Topographical maps can be ordered from various services, and there are also some available online. All maps are only as up-to-date as the day they are originally printed, and you may find a number of changes from what is on the map to what is actually out there.